gorgeous evening at Leitchfield brings us to another 12th District baseball game for the Grayson County Cougars. They'll need to win to keep a chance at getting the number one seed in the district. For the Bears of Butler County, it's simple win, and they are the regular season district champions on senior night. And a good evening and welcome to a gorgeous evening for baseball at Leitchfield as it is senior night for the Grayson County Cougar baseball team as they're getting ready to announce the seniors. We'll probably take a quick break before that happens. As Sam Gormley is here with you on the call today, we'll be joined by our special guest color analyst in just a few moments. Grayson County enters the record of 6-14. Butler County enters with a record of 10-10. We'll take a 30-second break, and senior night will happen after the 30-second break here on K105.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose Twin Lakes Creamery and Grill in Leitchfield. I know it sounds odd that a creamery would have the best burger in town, but try it and you'll see. Then ask for the famous Crazy Cone or a hand-scooped shake, float, or coffee. Did I mention Twin Lakes Creamery is famous for the delicious homemade ice cream? A wide variety and fresh to order. Great for parties, events, or victory celebrations at 400 North Main or order online at twinlakescreamery.com.
We're waiting on senior night festivities here from Leitchfield as Chase Blaine will take over here from Leitchfield for senior night.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we would like to commence the senior night festivities, honoring our first senior, Chandler McCready. Chandler is the son of Katrina Tubb and the late Eric McCready. He has been a part of the baseball program for 6 years. Chandler's future plans include attending lineman school at the North American Lineman Training Center. Chandler's favorite baseball memory is playing in the tournament at Kentucky Lake. Ladies and gentlemen, Chandler McCready. Our second senior is Seth Riggs. Seth is the son of Dennis Riggs, and he has been a part of Cougar baseball for 1 year. His future plan is to work for Weir Construction. His favorite baseball memory is hitting his first career home run. Ladies and gentlemen, Seth Riggs. And our final senior tonight, Ethan Snyder. Ethan is the son of Sean and Sarah Snyder and has been a part of Cougar baseball for 6 years. His future plans include attending college and becoming a game warden. His favorite baseball memory was scoring the winning run against Whitesville Trinity earlier this year. Ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Snyder. Give a round of applause to the 2022 Grayson County Cougar seniors, Chandler McCready, Seth Riggs, and Ethan Snyder.
That's the Grayson County High School class of 2022 seniors. Once more, that list is Chandler McCready, Seth Riggs, and Ethan Snyder. A good group of three young men, and I always love hearing what's next for all of them. As that'll wrap up the senior night festivities, we're going to take a break, and we'll bring in our special guest color analyst for this evening's broadcast. Grayson County and Butler County get started here in probably the next 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes. We're not really sure, so we'll take a break. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose Twin Lakes Creamery and Grill in Leitchfield. I know it sounds odd that a creamery would have the best burger in town, but try it and you'll see. Then ask for the famous Crazy Cone or a hand-scoop shake, float, or coffee. Did I mention Twin Lakes Creamery is famous for the delicious homemade ice cream? A wide variety and fresh to order. Great for parties, events, or victory celebrations at 400 North Main or order online at twinlakescreamery.com.
Welcome back to Don Lee Field, where the Grayson County Cougars are preparing to take on the Butler County Bears tonight in 12th District Baseball action. Bring in our very special guest color analyst for today's broadcast. They call him the Legend of LaRue County, but some refer to him as the Chief of Cecilia. It is our newest member of the K105 crew, Zach Newton. Zach, I appreciate you taking the time to join in from the Cecilia area. I know you like to venture more up into the northern portion of our area, but you're coming down to Grayson County for your first time.
Well, I live there.
You do.
I mean, this is really.
You do. But it's your first ever experience of Grayson County, Butler County, and one of the better rivalries in this third region. I mean, most people say Grayson County, Edmonson County, and that's a great rivalry as well. But in recent years, Grayson County, Butler County has been heated, as in these last. Grayson County won 23 straight in this matchup from 2008 to 2016, but since that point, series is tied up at 6-6. It's been very even over these last couple of seasons, and I mean, Zach, you've never seen either team play, but that can already tell you that you're in for a treat when the series is that even.
Yeah, I do a lot of sports in Hardin County, I guess is the reason that I am here. And we've had some rivalries like that have been one-sided for a long time that have recently kind of evened themselves up. A lot of them generally involve the Elizabethtown Panthers, a proud history of excellence in all the athletic programs at that building. But lately it seems like teams have finally started to catch up to Old E-Town. And we've seen that here. Obviously, Grayson County maybe at just 2-2 in the district, Sam. Maybe in a little bit of a rebuilding mode. They're a young team, just 3 seniors we saw during senior night. Of course, Butler County, I believe, just 2 seniors on their roster. So both of these teams young. You're looking forward, trying to figure out who you're going to put your stock in over the next couple years here in Cougar Country.
You mentioned youth, and Grayson County is going to show that off tonight in their starting pitcher. How about throwing an 8th grader out there to start, only his 3rd career start? That'll be Gage Napier. And Zach, you've yet to see Gage pitch in a game this year, but when he has, he's been very impressive. 10 games, this will be his 3rd start, an ERA at 4.8, 30 strikeouts. But the thing with Gage Napier is that ERA, like a lot of ERAs, is a little misleading, as he's had 1 or 2 outings where it kind of got out of hand. But in the game against Edmonson County a couple of weeks ago, he came in and he shut the door down. He did the same thing against Whitesville Trinity in these district games. And Zach, as an 8th grader, that is incredibly impressive to come in big games and shut the door.
Yeah, a kid you can definitely build your rotation around going forward. In Gage Napier, definitely something to keep an eye on. That ERA with 30 strikeouts in just those few starts and few appearances says to me that he's at the point where he's either sitting guys down pretty effectively or he's getting shelled. And when you're an 8th grader, you probably don't throw as hard as some of these bigger kids. You're probably going to have to rely more on placement. And at the high school level, placement is a real hit or miss affair, no pun intended. So if your stuff's on, you can be as good as anybody if you're a Greg Maddox style pitcher. But if you're off, you're in a world of hurt.
The one thing that I know in talking with Chase Blaine, who usually is sitting in your seat, Zach, is that he is very he takes games personal. If he comes out and he throws a bad game, it wears on him. And that as a pitcher is probably one of those things that as a coach you love, but at the same time can be a little bit like you've got to try and find that balance of, yes, I'm mad, I had a bad game, but you don't want to let that affect your next game.
I know that you've used this as a talking point because I've seen your notes in your cave back at the studio, and I too am a Ted Lasso fan. When it comes to being a pitcher, especially at this level, you really have to have that goldfish memory span. You can't. Yeah, if you're not
it's like a kicker.
If you're not having a great outing, pitchers and kickers are both notoriously head cases.
Exactly.
When you get to high levels, you've got to be able to shake off. You're gonna have bad at bats. You're gonna have bad innings. You're gonna have bad outings. But you've got to be able to shake those off and come back clear-headed because there's so much focus that's demanded out of a guy on the mound that maybe other positions don't have to deal with as much. And for a young player, that's the thing that you have to learn. I think that as an eighth grader, I remember what I was like as an eighth grader, and emotionally stable is not the words that I would use to describe it. So I can imagine, that's tough for a kid that young. Now, 5 years on a varsity mound, by his senior year, he's going to have that. He is going to be cool as the other side of the pillow come his senior year.
I am super excited to see what Gage Napier and this entire – you also look Jack Longston, who, if you watch any Cougar basketball games this year, you got to see as a seventh grader coming out and be very impressive. He's come in 3 games, including last week against LaRue County, and threw the ball really, really well. In just over 9 innings pitched, he's allowed only 3 earned runs. That's really impressive for a 7th grader. When you look that you can build your rotation in the future around 8th grader Gage Napier, 7th grader Jack Logston, and even you've got some freshmen that have come out there and pitched very well as well, in guys like Levi Rogers, who has come in as their main guy out of the bullpen 10 games. And then also Landon Haycraft, also a freshman. Grayson County is throwing young pitchers all around. And then you look at your ace of the staff this year is a sophomore in Jaron Van Meter. It is a young pitching staff, which I'm sure if your head coach Jody Nutt, as you mentioned, Zach, just has to absolutely thrill you. Tonight's broadcast is presented by NCTC, powered by Warren RCC. Find out more by going to fiberforgrayson.com. If you're looking to upgrade your Wi-Fi and you live in the Grayson County area, just go to that website, fiberforgrayson.com, and you can see if NCTC has come to your area, and if not, you can put in your address, and they will let you know when they come to your area.
You think they'll run me a line up to Cecilia?
They might. I do know that Mark at the building has recently gotten the NCTC, and I'm not sure I could say enough about how good of a review he would give them. I think it's unbelievable on how much he does.
Wow.
You know what, NCTC will give you another shout out there. Good job on your internet. It works really well. Fiberforgrayson.com is that. We'll take a break, introduce you to a little bit more of the specific players that you'll need to know on both teams, specifically too as well, with the visiting Butler County Bears, who are 4-0 in 12th District play. That'll come up next, as this is Cougar Baseball right here on K105. Welcome back here to Don Leitchfield. Grayson County getting ready to take on the Bears of Butler County in a big district matchup. Looking at district standings, is Sam Gormley and Zach Newton with you on the call tonight. District standings, Butler County on top in the district at 4-0. Edmonson County done with district action. They finish at 4-2. Grayson sitting at third at 2-2. Whitesfield Trinity, they're done in district play as well at 0-6. It goes this simple, Zach, and I know that math isn't necessarily our strong suit up here in the booth, but I guess we can call this math. It's pretty simple. If Butler County wins one of the next two games against Grayson County, they are the number 1 seed, and they will play Whitesfield Trinity in the district tournament next week, and then it'll be Edmonson County against Grayson County. If Grayson County wins both of those games, there will be a 3-way tie for first at 4-2, and that's when they break out the good old hat. They do the fancy old draw there.
I love that. I know that there are, as you get out, I think they're more in the eastern part of the state. There are some districts that still seed by random draw.
I don't like that.
No, I don't care for it at all. But the old tiebreaker coin flip is a lot of fun. I know that in Hardin County, and you can do what you want with this, in Hardin County, we break district seeding ties by the first meeting, and they alternate every year which team hosts that first meeting.
And that's how they do it here.
Okay.
They do rotate because Grayson County last year this year all of their first games have been at home, where last year all their first games were on the road. And last year they had the distinct disadvantage of last year during the quote-unquote first full COVID year, only the first district game counted.
Yes.
So all of Grayson County's district games were road games. So they kind of lost, whether you would call it an advantage or not, when they were probably saying, heck, I wish it was this year where we would have gotten all three of them at home. And Grayson County was still 2-1 in that, so read into that what you want. But they did lose to this Butler County team, playing them at Butler County while beating them when they played them the next day here at Don Leitchfield. Again, read into that what you'd like. Speaking of the Bears, they're going to turn to Clay Vincent to get the start tonight. For Vincent, he's 7 games, 2 starts, an ERA sub-2, 1.93, 20 strikeouts, 5 walks in 25 innings pitched. He's a record of 2-0. The hitters that you'll need to know, Colton Hudson hitting .365, 11 runs batted in, 9 doubles, 3 long balls as well. You have Parker Penley hitting .294 with 6 runs batted in and 2 doubles, and Justin Caslin, the freshman, hitting .368, 12 RBIs and 1 double. And Zach, as we mentioned there, I think the storyline of this game is young talent on both sides of this ball. I mean, Justin Caslin, a freshman for Butler County, and then up and down this Grayson County team, you've got freshmen and 8th graders and even a 7th grader who you might see come in big in tonight's contest.
Well, Keith Butler's got his kids swinging the stick real well. I don't think you can say anything to disprove that. But I think Butler County, and I don't know, the relative strength of this district as it compares to the 3rd region, and the 3rd region compares to the rest of the state, because I haven't watched a lot of high school baseball this year. But, if you're Butler County, you're sitting pretty right now. You only got to win one of your next 2 to lock up the number 1 seed. Now, it's a 4-team district, so you don't get, a bye or an easy first-round matchup. You get Whitesfield Trinity. I don't really know how else to slice that.
Whitesfield Trinity, ironically enough, and I don't have the stat completely on top of me, but I think they have lost 42 straight regular season district games. They haven't won one since 2016, but ironically enough, during that stretch, they've won 3 or 4 district tournament games.
Get out of town.
So they don't win in the regular season, but they find ways to win, including beating this Butler County team in the district tournament on their home field last year, as I see our umpires making their way out in it. 2 of the better ones in this region. Behind the plate, Tony Beard, and in the field, Andy Thomason. Got a good group of two of the better, and 2 really nice guys as well. I know Andy Thomason, whenever he does a basketball game, usually we'll chat it up before the game. Super nice guy. I know, Zach, you've probably gotten to know some of the umpires and referees in the 5th region. Probably a bunch of really good guys, and I cannot speak enough of the guys that actually go to, and ladies that get out there and do it, because I'm not sure that I'd be able to.
Well, that's the thing.
Because y'all are mean.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm mean. Everybody's mean. I think that's the big problem is I don't know what these 2 gentlemen, maybe $50, $75 a game. I don't know. It's not a lot, and to get your ear chewed off by a grumpy mom, we sit up here in the safety of the press box. We can say almost anything, and as long as it's not about, Landon Shirella, whose dad is the scoreboard keeper, we'd probably be all right. But
yeah, he might he might smack you if you mention something about his son.
Well, I'll be sure to temper any criticisms of Landon this evening. But the larger point is that it's a thankless job being an umpire or a referee, and there's a reason they're hard pressed to find them nowadays. Because I'd rather sit up here. This is fun. I don't want to get yelled at, and that's a hard job.
Oh, absolutely. I cannot give them enough credit. As they're right now having the meeting right now around the plate, Keith Butler and Thomas, and they're talking it up. Jody Nutt as well, talking with Keith Butler as well. As Jody Nutt in his first season. Keith Butler, the legend of Morgantown baseball. As you know, when you go to Butler County and you mention baseball, you can't go much further than mentioning Keith Butler, who we'll talk about throughout the evening as far as his baseball prowesses. We mentioned that out of everybody that's sitting in the press box tonight, he's appeared in 18 more baseball games in the major leagues than all of us combined. And that's very impressive.
It's a cup of coffee in the big time.
And you know what? It's more of a cup of coffee than either one of us will ever have.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. No, I don't mean to diminish it. Getting to the major league level at all is incredibly impressive. You have guys, who spend their whole careers in the minors and never get there. So even that cup of coffee is a lot more than we're going to do.
That's saying much.
Well, now that's true.
I mean,
look at us. Listen, I'm the king of beer league softball. I don't know if you can. I'm built different when it comes to that particular level of competitive action.
Let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the Bears of Butler County, who enter with a record of 10-10, as we mentioned, coached by Keith Butler. Leading off and catching is going to be Colton Hudson. The two-hole hitter will be the center fielder, Parker Penley. Batting third at shortstop is Justin Caslin. The cleanup hitter will be the second baseman, Jake McKee. Batting fifth and pitching is Clay Vincent. The six-hole hitter will be the left fielder, Garrett Phelps. Batting seventh at third base is Will Embry. Batting eighth at first, Jordan McCready. And batting ninth in right field is Leighton Phelps. Once more, that lineup for the Bears: Hudson catching, Penley in center, Caslin at short, McKee in second, Vincent the starting pitcher, Phelps in left field, in the latter third of Embry at third, McCready at first, and Phelps in right field. That's Garrett Phelps hitting sixth in left field, Leighton Phelps in right field. And now the starting lineup for the Grayson County Cougars, who enter with a record of 6-14, 2-2 in 12th District play. Leading off and playing left field is Jaron Van Meter. Batting second in center, getting his first career start, is Seth Riggs, the senior. Batting third at third base, Eli Watson. Batting fourth, the designated hitter is Landon Shirella. The five-hole hitter will be the second baseman, Michael Wood. Batting sixth in right field, Ethan Snyder. Batting seventh behind the dish tonight, Chandler McCready. The eight-hole hitter will be the shortstop, Landon Haycraft. And batting ninth and pitching is Gage Napier. The designated player in the field tonight will be Sawyer Drake as the first baseman. Once more, that starting lineup: Van Meter in left, Riggs in center, Watson at third, Shirella the designated hitter for Drake, who will play first, Wood at second, Snyder in right, McCready at behind the plate, Haycraft at short, and the starting pitcher of Gage Napier. He will, again, be the pitcher tonight. We'll take a break, have all the play-by-play of Grayson County and Butler County after this. Can the Cougs break the 6-game losing streak? We'll find out coming up next. This is Cougar Baseball right here on K105. Welcome back here to Don Leitchfield, where Grayson County is preparing to take on the Bears of Butler County in what should be an exciting matchup tonight. Sam Gormley and Zach Newton with you on the call in tonight's contest. And tonight's broadcast is presented by NCTC, powered by Warren RECC. Find out more by going to fiberforgrayson.com. Your starting pitcher tonight for the Grayson County Cougars, Gage Napier, the 8th grader. 10 games. This will be start number 3 in his young career with an ERA of 4.8 and 30 strikeouts. Big moment for an 8th grader here in a massive district game, Zach.
Yeah, on senior night, that's a big time to get the starting nod as he takes the rubber, and just got to rein the stuff in, stay calm, and go out there and get it. You want to get a decision. I mean, that's really the goal. You want to try to be there, long enough. Obviously, in 8th grade, you don't want to throw your arm out, but at the same time, you want to be able to get a decision. Try to factor in the end of this one. We've got a potential for something of a pitcher's duel this evening. Sam, my big question: are the Cougars a jungle animal?
No, I don't think a cougar is a jungle animal.
Well, we got Welcome to the Jungle playing here during our last warm-up before we get underway. I don't know that there's I believe they're more like a temperate forest mountain animal.
See, I'm sure that Jason Chirella down here controlling the music tonight, I'm sure he's just playing Welcome to the Jungle for myself, because that is the theme song of the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, well,
and I know he's a massive Bengals fan down here, too. Huge Bengals fan.
There's a reason you won the AFC championship and not the whole boat, because the Bengals...
Well, you know what? Okay, I'm going to turn your microphone off.
The chief currency of the Cincinnati Bengals.
The starting lineup for Butler County one more time. Colton Hudson behind the plate. Parker Penley in center field. Justin Caslin at shortstop. It is a gorgeous, absolutely perfect afternoon for softball or for baseball. It's good for softball as they're playing over in Hartford tonight, or the Lady Cougar softball team. It's great for all sorts of games. 79 degrees is your official game time temperature, and the first pitch hits him just barely on the inside corner. Colton Hudson, he kind of turned around and wore that one a little bit. And one pitch, and the Bears are already threatening with a runner on first base. Parker Penley will now toe in to the box to get his first at bat. Hitting .294, 6 runs batted in, and a pair of doubles. The Bears will be aggressive on the base paths. Colton Hudson, the catcher, already a big leadoff at first, and that pitch is way outside for ball 1.
Yeah, you got to calm down. We talked about nerves here for Gage Napier, and first pitch beanball, not what you're looking for.
And it was especially when it's one of those, it's not like he hit him. He hit him, but it's not like he wore it in the back. It was one of those, as that pitch runs outside, called strike on the outside corner, and that'll move the count here to 1 ball and 1 strike. Getting your home plate umpire tonight, Tony Beard. Out in the field, Andy Thomason. So you got the pride of Muhlenberg County out in the field, and the pride of Owensboro, I believe, is Tony Beard behind the plate tonight.
Friendly
Pickoff move, and in safely ahead of the tag is Colton Hudson down at first.
Friendly strike zone for Napier here early, and that'll go a long way for that young man, getting a little more mileage out of this start.
I like we have a little theme song going in for Gage Napier mid at bat, and there's a little blooper down the left field line. Fair ball, just inside the line. The runner Hudson will go into third, standing up. The throw comes in. Backside, the runner advances to second, and Butler County has runners on second and third with nobody out on the blooper down the left field line.
Yeah, that is rough to give that one up, as that one just barely clears the infield, but just enough over the head of the third baseman, just enough short of the left fielder, and you've got runners on second and third early.
And it'll be the 3-hole hitter, Justin Caslin. He's the freshman, 368, 12 runs batted in, and a double. And that pitch is high and outside for ball 1. And this is one of these matchups here. Gage Napier better get ready, because he's going to be seeing a lot of Justin Caslin over these next couple of years, and Justin Caslin going to be seeing a lot of Gage Napier over these next couple of years. You have an 8th grader going up against a freshman in a huge moment already in this game. The pitch, another blooper into left field. That one, though, will careen foul. Moving the count here to 1 ball and 1 strike. Grayson County has lost 6 straight games coming into tonight. We'll touch on that a little bit more, but the stat that might be the most surprising for Grayson County, I'm not even sure how much of a necessary stat as it is the Cougars have really been road warriors this season. Not necessarily as much planned as Mother Nature has had other ideas, as that pitch is high for ball 2 to the freshman Caslin. This is only the 6th home game that Grayson County has played this season here at Donley Field. The 7th will be on Thursday. That is far and away, it's not even close, the fewest home games that Grayson County has played, as that's popped straight up right side. Michael Wood, the second baseman, is going to be called off by the right fielder Snyder, who catches it on the edge of the grass. Thought about tagging up, but a good throw by Snyder in. And there's the first out of the inning.
There's a cannon in from the right fielder to hold the runner at third. And with now one out, you get a good, nice at bat there. If you're Gage Napier, you got a guy, he fouled one off, and they've pulled the two hits that they've had. They've pulled down that left field line, and so they're a little early on his stuff. I wonder if and again, the 8th grader, I don't know what his arsenal looks like. If he's got some off-speed stuff, start pulling the chain a little bit.
The batter will now be Jake McKee, hitting 176. First pitch is a bunt right in front of the plate. They're going to hold, and they're going to throw down. No, they fake the throw. They got to throw down back to third, and they got him in a pickle. Hudson will come home. McCready will tag him out. Running backside, going to second. Nobody is covering there, so the fielder's choice gets the runner. And how about the little juke move there by Gage Napier to fake the runner Hudson at third? That's a move you see a senior make, not an 8th grader.
Yeah, it's a wily veteran play there by that young man to fake the runner out. Now, of course, the trouble is you don't give up the run, which is the win, but now you're still in the same predicament, runners at second and third. But now 2 outs, you just need to get out of the inning if you're Napier here against this.
Clay Vincent, his counterpart tonight, is the starting pitcher for Butler County, and he will come in to hit right now.
Yeah, he's survived this inning so far, but that's about all we can say for the young man. But surviving on the mound is all you got to do.
Exactly, that's all that will matter. The first pitch was ground ball right back to Napier. He'll throw on to first, and how about the 8th grader? Getting out of a jam with nobody out, Gage Napier puts down the heart of the order in order. We head to the bottom of the first inning. It's Butler County 0, and the Cougs are coming up. This is Cougar Baseball right here on K105. Welcome back here to Donley Field, Grayson County and Butler County all tied up at 0 as we head into the bottom of the first inning. How about the job, though, by the 8th grader, Gage Napier? Runners on second and third, nobody out, going up against 3, 4, 5 in the order, and the man didn't even seem like he broke a sweat out there. That's impressive, Zach.
Yeah, he did a good job of staying calm there. Got a couple of easy put-outs, the pop-up to shallow right there, and then the comebacker to the mound to get out of the trouble after he made the heads-up. He did make the heads-up play to get the runner out in the pickle there between third and home. And so now Grayson County will take over swinging the sticks. We'll see what they've got.
Jaron Van Meter will lead off for the Cougars. Leads the team with an average of .411, and on-base percentage .554, and an OPS over 1,000 at 1.036. And Clay Vincent, the starting pitcher for Butler County, first pitch outside for ball 1. For Vincent, the number 7 games, 2 starts, an ERA of 1.93, 20 strikeouts, and 5 walks in just over 25 innings pitched. The 1-0 coming to Van Meter is outside. Van Meter quickly ahead in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes. More stats on Van Meter, 4 doubles and 9 runs batted in, and as well for the leadoff hitter for Grayson County. And outside, he's quickly ahead in the count here, 3 balls and no strikes. And, Zach, if you have a leadoff hitter with an on-base percentage of .554, I'm not sure Jody Nutt, the head coach for Grayson County, could have draw something up much better than that. The 3-0 is a cold strike on the outside corner, the good old 3-0 Leo. And, I mean, that strike zone about doubles when it's 3-0.
Well, you're not swinging if you're 3-0. You'll be happy to take the walk there.
Be curious if he swings here, and he does not, and it's a cold strike at the knees, low and outside.
Well, now he's going to have to get the bat off his shoulder at this point because you got to think Vincent's going to come back something in the zone here with the count full.
The 3-2 pitch. Jaron Van Meter swings the bat on his shoulder and fouls it off behind the plate. Good job just trying to stay alive there, as the Bee Gees would say. Grayson County's offense has not necessarily been the problem during their current 6-game skid. And Van Meter will foul that one off to the left side as they've lost 2 of those games, scoring 11 runs in 17 runs during their current 6-game losing streak. And in their last 2 losses, the winning team has scored runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. That pitch is low, and Van Meter works a leadoff walk. Great at-bat to start for Jaron Van Meter. He saw 8 pitches and works a walk.
Yeah, I was going to say the real damage there is not just that he's on first base as the leadoff guy, probably a speed guy. What he did there is he drew that at bat out, 2 foul balls. You get to 8 pitches, and you start to work.
Seth Riggs will now hit. He's the senior. This is his first career plate appearance. And the first pitch is a swing and a miss to Riggs. You mentioned speed, and that's what Jaron Van Meter is good at. 22 stolen bases for Jaron Van Meter out there. He takes a big lead down at first base. Vincent checks him back. Got to imagine pickoff moves coming here, and right on cue it does. And Van Meter slides in ahead of the tag, and looks like he's going to have to get his jersey washed tonight.
He'll say dirty up the home whites there.
You're not going to need him again until maybe Thursday, is when you got your last home game of the season. Another look in by Vincent. Seth Riggs, the hitter. First plate appearance of the season. Slow ground ball, left side foul.
Well, the third baseman, the guy on the hot corner over there, got lucky that one rolled foul because he mishandled it, and Van Meter was already just about standing on second.
That's the thing. This is a tough double play to pull because Van Meter has plus speed down at first base. The 0-2 coming to Riggs. Embry shades in a little bit at third base, coming in on the grass. The pitch, swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Seth Riggs. And now it'll be Eli Watson, the 3-hole hitter for Grayson County. Watson hitting .250, a double, 2 triples, 1 dinger, and 10 runs batted in. He's the lone home run of the season for Grayson County. He hit that against Edmondson County. It'll be 2 weeks ago tomorrow.
Well, as a fan of the National League, Sam, I do love small ball. So finding out that this is the only guy with a homer on the year is fine with me.
The pitch in the dirt, gets past the catcher. Van Meter's going to get second base easily.
Got it standing up.
Pass ball advances Van Meter into scoring position. And now if you're Eli Watson, and this is such a huge thing, after you get out second and third with nobody out, you get out of that jam, you got to get a run here if you're Grayson County. I think you want to come back, and they tried to land a left hook. It didn't land. If Grayson County can come back with a right hook, and Eli Watson drives one into left center field, and it's going to drop. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Van Meter will score easily. Watson digging for second. He is in there safely ahead of the tag, and Grayson County leads 1-0.
Watson, he's pretty happy with that double. The big man in the third spot there craters one into the gap out in left center and gets down, and Van Meter had no trouble scoring. He could have scored from first on that hit.
Van Meter probably could have scored from home on that hit with his with his speed out there. And Eli Watson down there at second. And the hitter now is going to be Landon Sharella. And he watches the first pitch called strike. Sharella on the season, .408 average, leads the team with an on-base percentage of .567 and an OPS just shy of 1.2. Also leads the team with 7 doubles. Pitch is low and inside for ball 1 as the wind is picked up a little bit here, at least on the interior. The flag out above the scoreboard here at Leitchfield really doesn't have much movement, just a little bit, but we're starting to feel it a little bit in the press box here.
Nice little early summer breeze this evening.
You got to love it.
Oh, I do.
It's a good song, too. Inside, and that misses Sharella. And Zach, you don't know who Briley Napier is, but he was my color analyst last year, and I can already hear him right now. It's like the ghost in the headset. His dad might even say the same thing of that one. Wear it. It's exactly what Briley Napier would say. And Shirella turns on one. It's a ground ball through the hole on the right side, and he's going to beat it out as the first baseman wasn't able to grab it. McCready and McKee couldn't get over there fast enough, and Shirella legs out an infield hit.
Yeah, well, it'll probably go in the scores book as an error on the first baseman there, but I don't know. We are at Grayson County. They might give Shirella a hit on that one. The friendly stat keeper, who could say?
I looked down at his dad. Is it a hit or is it an error? I'll let you make the call. He shrugs. He says he's not sure. He says he's not going to make the call. Zach, I'll let you be the official scorekeeper so they can get mad at you and say he reaches on an error.
We're at Grayson County. It's a hit. All right, here we go.
Clay Vincent will now face Michael Wood. That pitch is high, 4-1. Michael Wood this season entering with an average of .218 with a double and 8 runs batted in. But ironically enough, he's hitting, I think, .360 in games we've broadcast. And there's a called strike on the outside corner. So you know what I say that, Zach? I say he's a guy that comes out when the lights are the brightest.
Yeah, he's a gamer. The cameras and glitz and glamour of K105 brings the best out of this young man.
That's in the back of his mind right now. He's got to think, I got to show out to the millions watching with us as that pitch is low. And he is ahead of the count here at 2 balls and 1 strike. You've got Watson on third. Shirella is on first. The Cougars have already crossed one on the double by Watson.
Ball hit to the outfield, scores another one.
Easily. And there's a ground ball, hard one to the third baseman. It's a low bounce. Watson or the third baseman, Embry, will throw on. That's going to score a run. And Grayson County leads 2-0.
Yeah, it was a nice heads-up play there by the runner on third. As soon as he saw the ball go groundward, he got on his horse and is able to get in there. No play at the plate. They got to go to first, and now 2 outs. Grayson County up 2-0.
Ethan Snyder now in to hit for Grayson County, one of the 3 seniors on the Cougar team. First pitch swinging, ground ball foul into the third base coach's box. Buddy Hobby down there tried to barehand it, missed it.
Yeah, he sold out on the first pitch there. Looked to be a little inside, kind of high up on the hands, and not a lot he could do with it.
Snyder on the season hitting .314 with a double and 8 runs batted in. And just gets enough of that one to foul it off into the left-handed batter's box. And, you know, Zach, I can't think of a better time here to pick up RBI number 9. It's your senior night. You're trying to come up with a big hit here to put yourself on top 3-0 for your 7th grader, Gage Napier. Vincent, long look in. Checks the runner, Shirella back down at second, and that is outside 4-1.
It's a good eye there by Snyder to pass that pitch up. I think it's about the same location he swung at previously, so good on him to keep the bat on his shoulder, show a little discipline.
Pitch number 25 in the inning for Vincent is high and inside, and at first I thought that one he might have worn that one on his left shoulder, but it just ever so slightly took a bend as it approached into the strike zone. Here comes the break even with 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning, and it's a ground ball to the shortstop, Caslin. The freshman will throw on to first, and that's the inning. The Cougars, though, get 2, and we're through 1 full. It is Grayson County 2 and Butler County 0. This is Cougar Baseball right here on K105. Grayson County on top of this one 2-0, and Gage Napier in for his second inning of work, and he'll face Garrett Phelps to lead off for Butler County. Phelps hitting .207, 6 runs batted in, and 2 doubles. Napier had the first 2 runners reach in the top of the first inning and then proceeded to go 1-2-3 against the Bears. In the first pitch of the second inning, he's popped up behind the plate, and that one could wear a car. And I think I heard a thud. Sounds like somebody might be maybe looking for a new windshield. At least it's not mine. He'd have to take a rip out of one. That's why I park all the way down at the other end. The 0-1 coming here from Napier is a ground ball, hard one to the shortstop. Takes a high hop. Haycraft gets it, throws on. It's a low throw. What a pick, though, by Sawyer Drake down at first. You got good defensive plays on each end of that, fielding the ground ball and the play down at first.
Yeah, great stop by Drake over there on first. That was a worm burner, Sam, but a good play by the shortstop. Get over in front of it.
That's a SportsCenter top 10 Sawyer Drake is how you should be referring to him as, Zach.
All right, all right.
As the batter now will be Will Embry. Embry, .220 average with 4 runs batted in and a double. First pitch is low for ball 1. It's Grayson County on top of this one, 2-0.
Embry, he's a tall glass of water there.
Pitch outside and falling behind in the count here at 2 balls and no strikes is Will Embry, the third baseman tonight for Butler County. Also can see him get some action on the mound. And he grounds one to the third baseman, Watson. He bobbles, he recovers, he throws, and he got him. What a recovery by Watson.
Wow.
He lost that ball, had to turn around to grab it. And if you ask him, he'll say that's exactly how he drew it up.
It's a real shame we don't have StatCast up here, Sam, because that was an absolute rocket of a throw from third base.
It was. Maybe they should test out Eli Watson on the mound a little bit later on.
Might not hurt.
Listen, you can never have too many pitchers.
That is true.
There's no such thing as Jordan McCready, the first baseman, will now step in. McCready hitting .156, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1.
Talked about the third baseman being a tall drink of water. This kid's the hefty lefty. He's a big boy.
He's a big guy. And he swings at a pitch high, and the count goes here to 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, Sam, I'll tell you, if he had connected with that, he'd have sent it probably back to Butler County. It's a hefty cut.
It was. It was definitely. Luckily, Gage Napier blew that one past him. There's a cold strike on the outside corner. And Napier, after kind of a little bit of a rough start, has really settled in.
Yeah, this has been a good inning from the young man.
The pitch is a fly ball left side. Watson on the left side of the bag, grabs it, and 1-2-3 go the Bears. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It's 2-0. Cougs on top. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Welcome back to Don Lee Field. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Cougs on top, 2-0, and it'll be Chandler McCready, the senior, to lead off for Grayson County. McCready on the season, .286 average, but an on-base percentage at .435. 1 double, 5 runs batted in, and he grounds one right back to Vincent. He'll throw on to first. 1 pitch, 1 out
First baseman wasn't exactly ready for it. Still able to make the snag on the throw from the pitcher, and McCready goes down in a hurry.
That was ripped, though, right back up the middle by
was.
McCready. And first pitch of the inning, you're not necessarily ready for that. I don't think anybody was. Props on Vincent, the pitcher. Landon Haycraft, 1 out, 2 into the box, and the first pitch he sees is inside for ball 1. Haycraft on the season, 286 average, 7 runs batted in. He's played a lot more over these past couple of weeks, and he's going to be a really nice player for Grayson County. Another one of these young players, a freshman, and there's a ground ball right side. McKee, the second baseman, has to go a long way to get it and gets Haycraft by just about 1 step for the second out of the inning.
He has a slow roller out there to second, and Haycraft pretty quick, almost able to beat it out, but almost does not count in baseball.
Now the pitcher, Gage Napier, will hit. He's 0 for 6, but does have 4 walks. So he does have an on-base percentage of 400 for Grayson County this season, and the pitcher watches the pitch high for ball 1. Napier, as we mentioned, Zach, in the top half of this inning, really didn't start great, but has been pitching very well over the last, I guess you could say 2 innings, as there's a pop-up in the infield, and this is going to be a very quick second inning as McKee grabs it on the outer edge of the grass, and both teams go 1-2-3 in short fashion, and we're through 2 full. It is 2-0, Grayson County on top. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose Twin Lakes Creamery and Grill in Leitchfield. I know it sounds odd that a creamery would have the best burger in town, but try it and you'll see. Then ask for the famous Crazy Cone or a hand-scoop shake, float, or coffee. Did I mention Twin Lakes Creamery is famous for the delicious homemade ice cream? A wide variety and fresh to order. Great for parties, events, or victory celebrations at 400 North Main or order online at twinlakescreamery.com.
Welcome back here to Dunlea Field, where Grayson County leads Butler County 2-0. Sam Gormley and Zach Newton with you on the call tonight. Leighton Phelps, the 9-hole hitter, will lead off for Butler County. Phelps on the season, 231 average with 2 runs batted in and a double. Gage Napier in for the inning of work, and the first pitch is popped straight up a mile high. Sawyer Drake and Chandler McCready converge, and McCready calls him off and catches it underneath to grab for the first out of the inning.
Well, not exactly the mechanics you want on a defensive play, but an outs and out, Sam.
You know what? It doesn't matter how you draw it up. And see, I think Chandler McCready luckily called that one off because Sawyer Drake is a big guy.
Yeah, he's a
down
big
there
boy.
at first. And if you ask Gage Napier, it doesn't feel great to get run over by Sawyer Drake. I can even probably look down at my director for this evening's broadcast as that one's fouled off to the right side. I'm sure Cole Snyder on the football field has probably had to go up against Sawyer Drake at least once, and it's probably not fun to go up against him as he shakes his head and says absolutely not.
The face he made when he nodded was really more telling than the head shake, being honest.
It looked like that there was fear in the eyes, like he thought Sawyer was going to come up here and take him out immediately. And there's a hit into right center field. That one's going to drop, and it's going to go all the way to the wall.
This is trouble.
Going over and picking it up is Ethan Snyder. He'll throw into second. The tag. He's in ahead of the tag. Very close. Colton Hudson was hustling all the way, but a heck of a throw in by Ethan Snyder, as we do have a new center fielder in the game as well. As the new center fielder is Camden Brothers. In at center, I missed him re-enter the game. The Brothers is entered. And the double off the wall puts a runner in scoring position with 1 down. Parker Penley in now to hit for Butler County. He had that little blooper down the left side. And then he was stranded on third base. And that pitch is outside for ball 1.
Just misses with the first one there. But, yeah, that was a bang-bang play at second. And they nearly threw him out after that ball bounced probably to the warning track.
And a heck of a throw there by Ethan Snyder, who for most of this season, as that's fouled off behind the plate, was a Cougar shortstop. They're blowing him out there in right field as get you somebody who could do both, play a little shortstop, play a little right field.
He's doing the job out there in right field. That was, as you said, a real serious throw into second. If you get a ball hit to the center field wall or the right center wall, and you're able to throw it in, nearly get the guy out.
Pitch popped up right side. Having it read is Snyder. He gets it. Hudson is going to try and tag. They're going to test Snyder again. The throw in, he is safe, but another really good throw by Ethan Snyder in right field. Did Ethan Snyder switch jerseys with Yasiel Puig in between games or Yoenis Cespedes and I just missed it?
Leave that kid out there. Don't have him play short anymore. That's all I can say about it. He's got a rocket. And
I'm not sure I realized Ethan Snyder had that quite good of an arm.
If he'd put a little more line drive, the ball kind of lopped on him, kind of arced. If he
It
put
did.
a little more line drive on that, I think he throws that guy out, and that's an impressive throw.
Justin Caslin. He popped out to Snyder, and he fouls that one off the right side. And Zach, I saw you lean out and look out the window. Did that one wear a car? Did it not quite make it that far?
Nearly got window 35 over here on the high school, though.
Oh, well, I'm not sure whose class that is, but I'm sure it's not that important. I think Cole our director tried to mouth me who it is. I'm not entirely sure who it is. The 0-1 is a called strike, and Napier's ahead in the count here at no balls and 2 strikes. You've got Hudson, the runner, at third base.
I think right here you want to keep this ball in the infield. If you're going to make contact, I throw something low, try to get him to chase something in the dirt.
The 0-2 is a rip into left field for a base hit, and the Bears are on the board. It's bobbled in left field by Van Meter. He recovers easily, but Justin Caslin makes him pay, and it's 2-1.
They gave him a hittable pitch up in the zone a little bit. He gets on top of it, but it knocks it pretty good in the gap between the shortstop and the third baseman, rolls out to left, and Butler puts their first run on the board. So no shutout this evening. Nobody's getting ice cream.
I didn't know you were buying ice cream after the game.
It's just a metaphor.
Jake McKee is in to hit. He had that weird bunt that Gage Napier faked him out on, and he swings at the first pitch, lines it into center field. Jumping play by Brothers. Uses his high frame at 6'4" in the outfield, jumps up and grabs it, and that is the inning. The Bears do get one, and we head to the bottom of 3. It is 2-1 Grayson County. This is Cougar Baseball right here on K105. Grayson County will hit here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and it'll be the leadoff hitter, Jaron Van Meter, who worked an 8-pitch walk in his first at-bat. It's Sam Gormley and Zach Newton with you on the call here this evening on an absolutely gorgeous night for baseball here at Don Lee Field. The first pitch from Clay Vincent is a ball high and outside.
Well, he's pretty close on that one. The plate ump has been pretty generous with the strike zone there. Thought he might have got away with that one, but no dice.
The one thing, though, as there's a pitch, ground ball right side through the hole, base hit. Finds the hole on that right side, and Jaron Van Meter, the speedster, gets on with a leadoff knock.
Yeah, that was it said it earlier. It was a worm burner. He just sizzled that one right in the gap. Now he's on base.
Camden Brothers will now get his first at-bat in tonight's contest, hitting 300 on the season, a double, a triple, leads the team with 11 runs batted in, and also leads the team with 4 hit by pitches. Van Meter a large leadoff down at first base.
He's going.
And he's off and running. Might have been a hit and run. His Brothers extends on that one and fouls it off.
You know, you said that this kid's been hit by 4 pitches.
It is.
He's about as far away from the plate as I've seen somebody bat in a while. A lot of guys crowd the plate a little bit, but he's got the stance opened up there. He's not close to the plate, so you got to try to hit him.
Here comes the 0-1. Van Meter with a large lead down at first. I'm just going to let you stew on that one.
I mean,
There's
tell
a called
me
strike
I'm
on the
wrong,
outside.
Sam.
I'm not telling you you're wrong or not. I'm just didn't know how to respond to your comment about the you've left me speechless.
You've got to miss the plate pretty significantly to beat this kid. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe it was on purpose. You never know.
Well, now he's closed the stance up. He's still towards the back of the box.
Here comes the 0-2 to Brothers.
Oh,
and it's a fly ball left field. Phelps has it read. Now goes back, comes in, grabs it for the first out of the inning.
He got that one pretty good. Smaller ballpark, that might have been trouble, but the cracker boxes, I believe you described it down in Edmonson County.
That one might have hit it into the Green River. He'd have been that far. Not quite, because the Green River's the other direction, but you know what I mean.
You're doing your best.
It doesn't matter. Directions are overrated. Eli Watson now in the hit. He had the double into left center field in his last at bat. If he does that again, Van Meter is off and running. Watson shows bunt. The throw down to second. Van Meter's got the bag stolen. And for Jaron Van Meter, that's stolen base 23 on the year.
Throw high to second. And good job by Watson to show bunt there. Just kind of inconvenienced the line of sight to second as the catcher jumps up, throw high, and Van Meter in there easily.
The Bears fighting over who gets to cover second. The second baseman's going to take over, and that one is fouled off behind the plate.
There's a big cut from Watson there. He's trying to showed bunt on the last play and then tries to crush one on the next pitch.
He heard you talking about home runs, and he's got the one for Grayson County this season. He was going to try and add another one right here.
Well, the doctor said I got to watch carbs, but I do love a tater.
In the dirt, nice stop by the catcher behind the plate, Hudson. It was a good snag. Those plays in the dirt, I mean, you look and I just think to the Reds game this past weekend where the Pittsburgh Pirates had to throw in somebody who hadn't caught since he was 14 years old, Josh Van Meter, and it was a struggle. And, I mean, look, I'm fully admitting that there's a little bit of a difference, and there's a fly ball left field. Going back is Phelps. He's got it read back to the track and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Watson put a charge into that one, and another one that at some ballparks might have been up against the wall at least.
Yeah, it was a good shot out there and a good play by the left fielder to get under it. He had to work a little bit to make the read on that one. But it gets under it, makes the play. Did you like the tater joke, though?
I did. I did appreciate
it. You didn't
it.
say anything. So
sometimes you just got to let your joke stew for a second.
Well,
it's usually, I mean, potatoes are good in stew, right? And there's the
I
first
see what you did. I'm trying not to acknowledge it.
See, now the feeling goes mutual. Landon Sherella steps in. He's 0 for 1. Reached on an error in his first at-bat.
No, we gave him a hit.
You gave him a hit. Well, we're not really sure. We can maybe go back and change it depending on how we do. We'll have to go back, watch the replay, and ask the official statistician who's down there in the dugout. He'll be able to let us know what the official decision was maybe as the game moves on. Large lead for Van Meter. Sherella going to try and knock in the run, and he took something off of that one and fooled him badly. Sherella, we touched on back-to-back near home runs down the left field line. Sherella had a near home run against Whitesville Trinity in deep right field in the game here a couple of weeks ago. I thought it was gone. Everybody thought it was gone, but it was off the base of the wall on a chilly night, too. The 2-1. Fouls that one off, extends, and the count will go even here. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down in the bottom of the third.
Well, you got to get a pitch you can handle there. Extends, breaks the mechanics up a little bit. Tough to get the kind of juice you're talking about on that one. But the cut he's making, you can tell he's got the power. He's just got to connect with a pitch here.
Would be his first career varsity home run if he would charge into one. The break even. Ripped, almost takes out his third base coach, Buddy Hobby, but nice little move back there by the third base coach to get out of the way of that one. You gotta appreciate the move, right?
Yeah, now he's got to run down and get the ball, too. Brutal.
How about the left fielder, Phelps, for Butler County, not going and getting it?
Yeah, I'd give that kid a stern talking to.
Sure, Buddy Hobby's saying, come on, man.
Just be
Landon Shirella here coming the break even. Big lead down by Van Meter. It's interesting that both middle infielders go to cover the bag for Butler County.
Well, probably trying to keep Van Meter off balance.
And Van Meter will get in as there is a pickoff move, and he won't even slide in. He's in there easily. Down there at second base. Grayson County on top 2-1. Score update to bring you at the top of the fourth inning. It's the Lady Cougars on top of Ohio County 4-3. The break even. Coming to Shirella is a ground ball to the second baseman. It's bobbled. He's going to try and recover. Not in time. Van Meter, hard turnaround third. He'll scurry back to third base, though. And with 2 down, you got runners on the corners for Michael Wood.
Well, I don't think the sun played a role in that. It was just a sizzler of a ground ball out to second base. He's not able to handle it. Got glove on it, just couldn't palm it.
Shirella reaches on an error again, and it still works the same. And now it'll be Michael Wood. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to third. He'll try to add to this Grayson County lead as they lead 2-1. See if Shirella might go off and run and try and put another runner in scoring position. Swing and a miss. That one kind of fooled Wood as he swung when that pitch was already in the glove.
Yeah, he was just a bit late on that one. Not fashionably late, mind you, just a bit.
Shirella on the base paths does have 7 stolen bases this year. The pitch outside, but swung on and missed by Wood, and Clay Vincent's going to try and get out of this inning without any further damage.
Well, Wood wants that RBI bad. He chases a pitch outside the zone there, and he's gonna have to dig himself out here down 0-2.
The 0-2 pitch coming to the junior Michael Wood is fouled off behind the plate. Nice job fighting it off. And again, I'm going to make my joke one more time, as the Bee Gees would say. He's saying staying alive.
I don't think you're old enough to make that reference.
I don't think that there's an age limit to that reference.
Who's the lead singer of the Bee Gees, Sam?
Couldn't tell you.
You're not old enough to make that reference.
Do you know who the lead singer of the Bee Gees is?
Barry Gibb.
The 0-2 is outside. Shirella's going to take second, and see, that's the good old, is that defensive indifference? Is that a steal? But you know what? I'm giving him a steal.
Yeah, it's a steal.
It's a steal.
It's a steal. He
He
stole
was
it.
showing off wheels down there. I thought that was Billy Hamilton for a second running down to second base. Except Shirella can actually hit. The 1-2 fouled off.
Sam, that's what you call a heist of second. He stole it so good they didn't know who got it.
Exactly. He's like a bank robber down there.
There's an elaborate plot twist in the third act, too, but we're not going to dig into all that yet.
I'm scared to see what it might come up to be. So here comes the 1-2. And that one's fouled off to the right side again, and Michael Wood is fighting pitches off left and right to stay alive in this at-bat. And, a base hit here changes this game a lot. He makes it from 2-1 to 4-1.
A base hit here's demoralizing. You had him down 0-2.
Big lead by down to Shirella. So here comes the 1-2 to Wood. Swing and a miss. He goes down on strikes, and that's the inning. We're through 3 full. It is Grayson County 2, Butler County 1. This is Cougar Baseball right here on K105.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose Twin Lakes Creamery and Grill in Leitchfield. I know it sounds odd that a creamery would have the best burger in town, but try it and you'll see. Then ask for the famous Crazy Cone or a hand-scoop shake, float, or coffee. Did I mention Twin Lakes Creamery is famous for the delicious homemade ice cream? A wide variety and fresh to order. Great for parties, events, or victory celebrations at 400 North Main or order online at twinlakescreamery.com.
Gage Napier comes in for inning number 4 of work. And it is Grayson County on top of Butler County 2-1. And the leadoff is going to be the pitcher Clay Vincent. He grounded out to Napier in his first at-bat, and the first pitch is over his head, and he ducks out of the way of that one. That one slipped out of the hand a little bit of Napier.
You say a little bit. That one slipped out a lot of bit.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? First pitch, it's just now you want to make sure that you don't let that pitch affect the rest of the at-bat, and he immediately comes back and fires a strike. That really, I think, shows a lot about the maturity of a pitcher, because sometimes when you throw a really bad pitch, the last thing you want to do is turn one bad pitch into two bad pitches, and he didn't do that there. The 1-1, swing and a miss, and another really good pitch by Gage Napier.
Yeah, he's hitting the spots now. That first pitch was inside and low, tied Vincent all up, and then the second pitch he gets him to chase something a little bit high and outside, see if he can put him away.
Here comes the 1-2 from Gage Napier to Clay Vincent. He delivers. Breaking ball right down Broadway, called strike 3.
Absolute filth from Gage Napier.
We might want to call up Pitching Ninja on that. That was some nice bend to it from the 8th grader.
Yeah, he put that one right down the chute. It broke late. Maybe some slider action on that one. And Vincent had nothing to do.
Garrett Phelps in to hit. He grounded out on the high chopper to the shortstop, and saw some movement on that pitch as well as it bends towards the batter. There is a ball inside, though, just bent a little bit too much, said the home plate umpire, Tony Beard. The 1-0. Fouled off behind the plate, and it's 1-1. Tonight's broadcast is presented by NCTC, powered by Warren RECC. Find out more by going to fiberforgrayson.com. A long look in for Napier into the senior McCready, delivering the 1-1. And just getting enough of that one. And Zach, there was some late life to that fastball there.
Yeah, the kid's got good stuff for a young man. You know, you'd like to think that the issue that I've noticed with him so far tonight has been control and consistency. When the stuff's on, it's on. The strikeout pitch was absolute filth.
The pitch extending on that one is Phelps to stay alive in this at bat. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gage Napier, the thing, too, that stands out for Napier right now is we're 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. This will be pitch number 39. He's been very efficient tonight. And there's a slow ground ball to Wood at second. He will throw on to first for out number 2.
That was a nice play by the second baseman. Good job by Napier. If you're going to pitch to contact, you don't want to pitch to solid contact. That's what he did there, slow roller to second and an easy second out.
That ball, when it rolled through the infield, it kind of took a weird path. It wasn't necessarily a straight roller. It kind of took some weird bounces on there. As it'll be Will Embry, the third baseman, in to hit. He grounded out to his counterpart, Eli Watson, down at third in his last at-bat, and he swings the first pitch. Fly ball deep right center field. Snyder goes back to the track against the wall, makes the catch for the final out of the inning. A nice, long, running play by Ethan Snyder for the final out of the inning. We head to the middle of the 3rd inning, or the middle of the 4th inning. It is 2-1, Cougs on top. This is Grayson County Cougar Baseball on K105. Clay Vincent in for the 4th inning of work. Grayson County on top 2-1. Ethan Snyder will lead off for the Cougars. He grounded out to short, in his last at bat. First pitch swing, fouls it off to the right side. Zach, it seems like it's the old baseball adage. It's like a written rule that's not written. I guess you could call that an unwritten rule.
No, there's enough of those in baseball.
That if you make a good play in the outfield or in the field, you hit in the next inning. And that's what Ethan Snyder's doing. Is he made a nice catch up against the wall to end the last inning. Now to move the count here to 1 ball and 1 strike. It's like a rule. I'm not sure how it happens, but it always seems to work that way. And it was a nice play up against the wall in the long run.
I think you're just seeing a lot of coincidence and trying to extrapolate that it's more than it is.
Well, sometimes it works that way. He'll ground one to the shortstop, Caslin. Goes down to his knee to grab it, throws on. Nice stretch by McCready down at first. There's out number 1. This game has started to pick up. Both these pitchers have kind of found their groove, and they're starting to roll here as we head into the middle innings of tonight's contest. Chandler McCready will now hit. He grounded right back to the pitcher, Vincent. In his first at bat, he saw first pitch swinging and grounded right back to him.
Be interesting as we get into the later stages of this as these guys start to tire.
Pitch is outside for ball 1. As Vincent on the year, he's appeared in 7 games. So this is game number 8. This is only his 3rd start, though. ERA sub-2. The 1-0. Extending on that one is McCready. It's in the gap in right center field. Long run. The right fielder makes the diving play.
What a play.
Leighton Phelps dives out to grab that one for out number 2. That's a great play.
Well, Sam, I know he's not a Grayson County guy, but we might have to send that one to Sports Center. That was a fine play by the right fielder, Leighton Phelps, out there to just it looked like they were going to collide.
I was worried at first because those are
concerning.
never – when you have 2 guys running full speed at one another, it sometimes can get scary. Landon Haycraft, he grounded out to the second baseman, nearly beat it out on that slow grounder. He was showing off some of the young wheels that Haycraft does have. As here comes the 1-0. And it's a cold strike on the outside corner. Count will go to 1 ball and 1 strike here at the bottom of the 4th inning. We're going to try and bring you an update here. The Lady Cougars softball game. They head to the top of the 5th inning. It's the Lady Cougs on top of Ohio County, 5-3. Extending on that one, popping it off to the right side. It's a long run for the second baseman, and it is going to drop. And it gets past the right fielder, Phelps. He's able to go grab it, and there was a little bit of a collision on that play as both McKee and Phelps lost their hats, and I hope that they're okay out there. It's a little slow to get up is the second baseman, McKee. And right on cue, Zach, we had just touched on that when you see those collisions, sometimes, bad things happen when 2 players are running at full speed.
Yeah, you say a little bit, I say a lot of it. That was a hefty collision out there in right field, and McKee got the worst of it. I don't think he could see his teammate coming in as he was looking up over his shoulder for the ball. And it's not the speed that gets you, Sam. It's the sudden stop as he ran right into his teammate.
It's a good sign. Well, let's see. Trainer Scott is walking with the player. Is he going to leave the game? It appears so. Looks like Scott, the trainer for Grayson County, is going to talk with. I wonder if he might have a cut on his face. It's the way that he's kind of look. I wonder if he is bleeding. He's waiting on the edge of the dugout, so I'm wondering if we might just have a little bit of delay. I'm wondering if sometimes when you just run into one another that you might just get a little cut on your face. And let's hope that if that is it, that is it. The last thing you want is a concussion or a knee injury or something like that, which I know it's not a knee injury, but I was more just speaking from experience.
There's no squirrels on the field, Sam, so I think
you
we're
never
okay in that
know.
regard.
We are at Donley Field, and there is a nice set of woods out in straightaway center as Keith Butler is jockeying with his player. And what we're going to do is we're going to step aside and take a quick little break as we are 2 down in the bottom of the 4th inning. Grayson County leads 2-1. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. looks like we're good here is the right fielder for Butler County. Leighton Phelps appears that he is okay. Or actually, it might have been the second baseman, McKee. It's the second baseman, McKee. As it looks like he was getting some work done to maybe his chin. Looks like when he ran into his teammate Phelps that he might have busted his chin, which does not feel good, Zach. Does not feel good.
No, it's not a good time.
As the bottom of the fourth inning, it's 2-1, showing bunt, pulling away, off and running, and diving in safely is Mattingly. They caught him sleeping as they were testing the runner, the second baseman McKee, who had just come back in from what looked to be a little bit of an injury timeout, and immediately Haycraft was off, and he had that bag stolen easily. It's steal number 9 for the freshman. Gage Napier is the batter, and there's a called strike on the outside corner. Napier 0 for 1. He popped out to the second baseman in his last at bat. It's the bottom of the fourth inning. Grayson County on top, 2-1 against Butler County. They scored 2 in the bottom of the first inning. Ground ball. There's Buddy Hobby as he grabs that one down in the third base batter's box, and he is able to forget about his mistake earlier in the game where he missed the ball. So he can move it.
Bare hand snag by Hobby.
It's impressive. I think we might need to call SportsCenter on that one too. The 1-2.
I don't think it was hit hard enough.
Off and running is Haycraft. The throw down, and it's thrown into left field.
Oh, buddy.
They're going to wave around Haycraft. He's going to come home. He's in. Safe and sliding for the freshman Landon Haycraft, and the Cougars lead 3-1.
Well, all that. It's 60 feet in the cloud. It is 60 feet, right?
90.
Oh, it's 90. Okay.
Yeah, we're not playing softball, Mr. Newton.
Okay. Well, it's high school, so I didn't know what that. 90 feet in a cloud of dust. They probably could have watered the infield a little bit. It's the takeaway there.
Colton Hudson, the bad throw from behind the plate. Grayson County leads 3-1. And how about the hustle, though?
Oh, yeah, incredible play.
By Haycraft. The break even coming to Napier is high, and the count will go full here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Looking at the pitch count, Clay Vincent. Next pitch will be pitch number 67.
That's the important stat of this game so far. Close game, 3-1.
The 3-2 pitch in the dirt, and how about Gage Napier working career walk number 5?
It's not easy to take a walk, but it would have been great from the beginning to get the walk there. He found a couple pitches off, kind of drug the at bat out, but a good job to stretch that out, to show discipline, take a walk, and now we go back to the top of the Cougar lineup with an opportunity to put some more on the board.
Keaton Hodges will be the courtesy runner down for Gage Napier down at first base. Hodges plus speed. He's got a big lead off down at first as Jaron Van Meter steps in. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. And he swings at the first pitch, a swing and a miss from Clay Vincent. As this is a moment here for Grayson County. You can get a 2-out rally. If you can punch in another 1 or 2 runs here with how Napier's rolling, it can be huge.
Well, that insurance run coming in this inning is going to be could be important later, the 2-run lead.
And Napier pops one up right field. Phelps has it red for the final out of the inning. We're through 4. We're through 4 full. It is 3-1 Grayson County. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Jordan McCready will lead off the 5th inning for Butler County. 8-9-1 in the order for the Bears as they find themselves at a 3-1 deficit. Gage Napier, the 8th grader, in for inning number 5 of work, and the first pitch is popped up shallow center field. Brothers has it red for out number 1. That one at first looks like it was going to carry a little bit more towards the infield as Brothers came in hard at first and then immediately slowed down for the first out of the inning.
Well, with no wind in the outfield, the breeze has calmed down in the press box as well, but no wind in the outfield. Ball kind of got up there and just died, fell into shallow center.
Leighton Phelps, the 9-hole hitter, he popped out to the right side in his first at bat, and the first pitch he sees is a ball. Sam Gormley and Zach Newton here with you on the call tonight from a gorgeous night at Don Leitchfield. The sun is starting to set, and blowing that one right past Phelps is Gage Napier, and he has been really good tonight.
Very impressive.
I think if Jody Nutt could have drawn up what Gage Napier gave him through 4+, not sure he could have done it much better, especially when you told him that the 1 and 2 batters, first 2 batters he'd face would reach into scoring position.
Well, Napier throwing just 44 pitches. Is a huge thing to talk about. He's got
swing and a miss there from to Phelps.
Got him chasing one there. He's got the ability here to go the distance, and that's what you want out of a high school pitcher, especially as an 8th grader.
The break even to Phelps from the 8th grader Gage Napier. He delivers. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. Second strikeout of the game for the 8th grader. And Colton Hudson, leadoff hitter, will now hit by pitch and doubled in his 2 at-bats in tonight's game. And Zach, I mentioned in the last inning that it's almost one of those things that if you make a nice play in the field, you come up and hit, but it's also one of those things that if you make an error, you come up and hit, and that's exactly what Hudson did in the last at-bat on a poor throw from behind the plate. Let's see what he might come up here and trying to help out his counterpart. That pitch is way outside, and McCready isn't able to grab it, but luckily no one on base.
It bounces off the brick right back to the catcher. Yeah, exactly as you said. Good thing nobody on base here, 2 outs.
And if somebody was on base, though, the way that backstop backed off, McCready could have fired down and had a shot at any of the bases.
Yeah, but you risk overthrowing it. We saw that a couple times last inning.
The 1-0 is a fly ball left field. Going back is Van Meter to the track. He looks up. That one's off the wall. Van Meter will recover. Hudson will go into second base standing up. And Butler County potentially has a 2-out rally going. He just missed that one, Zach.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Sam. With the aluminum composite bats now, you don't get the ping that you used to get with aluminum, but you don't get the crack of a wooden bat either. But that ball had a pretty distinct sound. You could tell he connected with that one very well.
Well, no, I was telling you before the game, as this is your first ever trip to Don Leitchfield, and I failed to figure out the reason as to why. There used to be the wooden bat graveyard next to the Grayson County dugout. That pitch is low, gets past McCready. He's not going to have a play. And advancing into third base is Colton Hudson.
Well, we might have put the announcer's jinx on Napier at the beginning of the inning here, as he gives up nearly a home run there, and you can attribute that to the dimensions of Don Leitchfield here at Grayson County, just being deeper than the average high school park, and the walls are tall as well.
Exactly, it's about 10 feet into left and goes up to about 15 to 20 in left center field, and from left center to right center. Pitch is outside for ball 2, and I think this is one of these situations where if you're Gage Napier, you kind of take about 10 steps, walk out halfway to second base, take a deep breath, come back, and get back in the at-bat. The 2-0 is a ground ball right back up the middle, and it is going to be a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, that insurance run now invaluable if Napier can get out of the inning with 2 outs. Butler County able to put one on the board.
Penley knocks him in. Justin Caslin will now hit. He's 1 for 2. Popped down to right field and singled into left field in his 2 at-bats. And Buddy Hobby, Grayson County pitching coach, going to make his way out, and I think this is a good mound visit from Coach Hobby.
Yeah, give the young man a moment to cool off, talk to him. You only got to get 1 out here. I think you try to pitch to a ground ball, keep the ball up in the zone, and see if you can get Caslin to hit on top of it.
During this mound visit, we are going to run down a quick score 2 update. And in the bottom of the 5th inning, it's the Lady Cougars on top of Ohio County 7-3. As that was a good match as they played that Ohio County team a couple of weeks ago, and the Lady Eagles got the best of them. So that's showing improvement for Grayson County and involving our good friends down in downtown Brownstown tonight. Edmonson County in baseball leads Caverna 21-0 at the end of the 2nd inning, and their softball team has defeated Caverna in 5 innings, 10-0. So they Friends down in good old Edmonson County taking on Caverna in both baseball and softball action today. And there's a pitch, backside pick in safely as Penley. Drake does a nice job, able to grab that, and that pitch was outside for ball 1 to Justin Caslin. I'm sure that meeting by Buddy Hobby was similar to what I was saying is, you take a deep breath. You're throwing the ball well. Your pitch count's in good position. Let's just get back to what we've been doing. It's been working well.
Yeah, you've only given up 2 runs.
The pitch, ground ball, and it hits off the umpire. Andy Thomason goes through the legs, and that is going to be bad luck for Grayson County. As it hits off of Andy Thomason, the field umpire careens towards Haycraft at shortstop. It goes through his legs, and luckily Andy Thomason's okay because that one he wore off his thigh.
I got him in the meat, to be sure. It takes a weird hop off his leg, which is a fun sentence, but
I mean, how do you score that? I guess that's an infield single.
Part of the field.
Yeah.
It's an infield single.
It's amazing on that. On the last play, so now you got runners on the corners for Jake McKee, and now this becomes where your umpire could almost come back to bite you here. As Jake McKee is 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice and flew out to center. That pitch is outside. Diving out there to grab it is Chandler McCready, and you can tell Napier just a little rattled here.
Yeah, starting to show a little bit of crack is the young man. Starting to maybe give into the pressure. Like you said, you just got to keep breathing if you're Napier and pitch this batter. You don't worry about the other 2 guys on base. The play's just about anywhere in the field.
He steps off the mound there just to kind of recollect his thoughts as he looked back at Caslin down at first. And I think you don't worry about Caslin. Penley is the only runner, and really you only want to worry about McKee. McKee swing and a miss. McCready fakes the throw down, and getting the bag stolen is Caslin. That's smart play, though, by McCready. You do not want to throw down in that situation.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is miss the throw and open the plate up to another run that ties the game. 2 outs here in the 5th.
A long look in for Gage Napier to his senior battery, Chandler McCready. The 1-1. High, 2 balls, and 1 strike. Big pitch coming here from Gage Napier. Here in the top half of the 5th inning. 1 run has already crossed the plate for the Bears. 2 down. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 runners in scoring position to Jake McKee. The pitch just misses high.
They tried to get him to chase something up in the zone, grounded out.
And I think, Zach, this is one of these situations here. You've got an open base. This is like a walk here is not the absolute 100% worst case in the world. There's a pitch, called strike at the knees to make the count go full. But what I'm saying is you don't want to make a mistake pitch here in this situation because Jake McKee is a cleanup hitter. He has the potential to knock one into the gap, and just like that, you're losing.
Well, the trouble here that you've got, I think if you're going to miss, you got to miss inside.
The 3-2 is a slow ground ball to Wood at second. He'll recover. He will throw and flip it to first for the final out of the inning. He couldn't get the ball out of his glove. Does at the last possible second. And that is the inning. The Bears strained a pair in scoring position but do score 1. We head to the bottom of 5. It's 3-2 Cougs. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Welcome back here to Don Lee Field. It is the bottom of the 5th inning. Clay Vincent in for another inning of work. Camden Brothers to get his second at bat. First pitch swing, base hit over the leaping grab of Will Embry. And Brothers takes a hard turn around first, but he's going to stop there, and Grayson County has the leadoff runner on base.
He sold out for the first pitch and pulls one down the line. And a very nice at-bat for that young man. And you put a runner on, getting an insurance run back here would be big.
Eli Watson into hit. He's 1 for 2, doubled to center, and flew out deep to left field in his 2 at-bats. Brothers does have plus speed on the base pass. The pitch popped off right side out of play.
He thunk that one into the faculty lot back there, and it's going to almost bounced off the pavement onto the roof.
I was going to say, that's known as where the baseball players park, so that's a very dangerous position there. I'm sure Eli Watson would be hearing from that one if he'd end up taking out a dent into somebody's car.
Well, the only kind of insurance that's more valuable than insurance runs is car insurance when you park next to a baseball stadium, Sam.
That is very good point, and that's why I park very far away. Watson pops another one up. This time it's going to stay in the infield. The first baseman, McCready, has it read, and he drops the ball. He drops the ball. Everybody is going to be safe. McCready, the first baseman, just dropped the ball, and Grayson County is going to be working here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Yeah, that's a huge mistake by McCready. As the ball, I don't know what happened there. He had it read, and, Brothers was over there, didn't crowd him or anything, and just dropped the ball, Sam.
And the batter is now going to be Landon Shirella. He's 0 for 2, technically. But he's been on base both times with a reach on an error. He shows bunt here. He lays it down. It's a nice bunt. The pitcher, Vincent, goes, and there's nobody covering first base. So it's an infield single for Landon Shirella, and the bases are juiced with nobody out.
Not just saying this because his dad's like 6 feet away. Sam, that was a great bunt. He put that one in a real problematic spot. Pitcher has to play it. First baseman in charge. Maybe they thought they might see a bunt there. But he goes down really in between the mound and the third baseline instead of dragging it down the third line. And what you get there is the first base wide open. Now, as you said, they are juiced.
The bases are loaded. And coming in is Keith Butler. He's going to come talk to Clay Vincent. And we maybe have a pitching change here. This is a big moment. And right now, Buddy Hobby's going to take his entire team to talk with head coach Jody Nutt. And Keith Butler, the head coach for Butler County. Of course, Butler has to be the head coach of Butler County. Drafted in the 24th round of the MLB draft. Appeared in 18 total games. His first career strikeout in the major leagues, Andres Torres of the San Francisco Giants. His last strikeout, Carlos Gomez of the Milwaukee Brewers. And I got to do the reference of the Cincinnati Reds. He faced the Cincinnati Reds in one game, and he struck out Jay Bruce in that game, who, I mean, that's a pretty impressive guy to strike out. And do we have a new pitcher? No, we do.
We do.
We do have a new pitcher, so we're going to take a break and let you know who that is after this, as this is Cougar Baseball right here on K105. The new pitcher is Will Embry for Butler County. Vincent has moved from the pitcher to the shortstop position, and Michael Wood swings to the first pitch and fouls it off. It didn't take Will Embry to get long to get ready at all. This is his 6th game of the season. He has 3 starts, an ERA of 6.5, 23 strikeouts, 17 walks. So he does have a little bit of issues with a control at times as Caslin moves from shortstop to third base. And that pitch is outside for ball 1. Sam Gormley and Zach Newton with you on the call tonight. Grayson County has the bases loaded, nobody out here in the bottom half of inning number 5. The height of Will Embry. The pitch high and inside just misses.
Ooh, that was close.
Tell you, Will Embry throwing a little gas out there on the mound. He's got some positive speed.
Some cheese on that one.
The pitch. There's a called strike on the outside corner, and you are seeing a very different, not that Vincent, the old pitcher, didn't throw gas, but this is another level here.
He did not throw like this, to be sure.
We have time as Landon Chirella's got to go down there and he's got to tie his shoes down there at first base. Again, the stats there on the pitcher, Will Embry, an ERA of 6.5 with 23 strikeouts and 17 walks. This is and the pitch is fouled off behind the plate, and you could tell Wood was just trying to stay alive there.
Yeah, trying to stay alive and trying to keep up as that fastball high in the zone gave him some problems.
Will Embry is a junior. He's got a nice little arm already. Here comes the break even to Wood. Line drive center field. It is deep enough, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. It was misread by the center fielder, Penley. That'll cross at least 2 runs. They're going to wave around Chiarella. Here comes the throw home. No, he stops. The runner is safe at home in Watson, and the double off the wall by Michael Wood gives Grayson County a 5-2 lead.
Well, Sam, I'll tell you, Chiarella almost caught Hudson over here at third. It's a good thing they only waved one of them home. But the trouble, Sam, when you get a guy that throws heat like Embry is throwing is that when you get bad on it, it's going the distance.
It'll be now Ethan Snyder. He's 0 for 2 on his senior night. And he does a high ground ball over the head of the pitcher, Embry. It's recovered by the shortstop, Vincent. He'll throw on to get an out, but that will have another run across the plate, and Grayson County leads 6-2.
Well, ground out with an RBI is better than just a regular old ground out, and the Grayson County Cougars start to pad the lead.
I see what you're doing there. As Chiarella scores on the play, Wood advances 90 feet to go to third base, and first pitch swinging is in fact, that's not Chandler McCray. They're going out of order here. Grayson County is batted out of order. As this should not be Haycraft, as this should be Chandler McCready hitting right now for Grayson County.
Oh, dear.
And if Butler County catches this, I'm trying to remember what the rule is. We gotta keep it quiet.
Sam, we gotta go into golf mode. Just a bit outside.
As that pitch is outside, the ball goes here to 2 balls and 1 strike, because it is supposed to be Chandler McCready up right now. And I think, in fact, I looked down, Chase Blaine, the official lineup keeper, is maybe a little panicked down there. And I can see the pace and the look on Chase's face, and Chandler McCready is pointing at the lineup right now. And I'm surprised Butler County didn't catch that, because I think, is it an automatic out? I think that's what it is, and I'm not really sure how that gets scored.
I don't know how you've missed that.
I know one person who probably is panicking down there, and that's the illustrious sports writer Don Brown. The 3-1 is in the dirt, and he walks. So now it'll be Chandler McCready into hit, and the bases are going to be
you got runners on the corners.
Runners on the corners, as I have messed up somehow. What a shock, right? As all I have on here, I got to edit the play and all of this. This is all sorts of fun, right?
Yeah, well, have a good time, Sam.
Yeah, it's always nice to try and figure out on how to edit on this.
Well, Chandler McCready steps into the box. Butler County's had 2 opportunities to catch this. Now, granted, it's not going to get them. It's not going to get them out of the inning, but 2 outs is a lot better than 1.
So Chandler McCready, first pitch is outside, and taking second base without a throw is going to be Haycraft.
Yeah, what a turn of events here in the bottom of the 5th.
And the pitch low, and again, 2 balls here and no strikes to Chandler McCready.
Now, my question, Sam, is if they figure out that it's happened, but it's too late.
It is too late. And there is a swing and a miss, and 2 balls and 1 strike goes here as I'm trying to catch up here on my own end. I've finally caught up here. Okay, we've got 2 balls.
1 strike.
Oh, nope, I've already screwed up again, Zach. I'm trying to. And there's another pitch that goes ball 3.
Well, I'll tell you this: Embry has got to rein it in here a little. He has been, I don't want to say wild. He haven't been any pitches get through to the backstop yet, but he is.
Pitch, McCready turns on one deep to center field, looking up. That ball is off the wall. It smacks off the top of the wall. McCready goes into second. He's digging for 3. Here comes the play. Chandler McCready is going to be out, stretching the play to third, but Grayson County plates 2 more, and they're on top of this one, 8-2. McCready was thinking 3 the minute that one came off the bat.
Well, we love a triple. The hardest play to get in on the offensive side of baseball. And he got about as close to water as you can get without getting your eyes wet there, but just comes up a little bit short. The throw missed short, which is about the best place it could have.
And there's a cold strike low. And that pitch is high and outside, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. And very interesting sequence of events here as Chandler McCready doubles off the wall, scoring 2, is out, trying to stretch it into 3. And that pitch is low, and the count here goes to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Fastball in the dirt by Embry. Again,
as Gage Napier is the batter for Grayson County.
Just a little off.
Pitch low, gets through the dirt, and 3 balls and 1 strike here. That will close the book on the Butler County starting pitcher, Vincent. 4+ innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for the junior hurler. The 3-1 is a cold strike, and the count will go full here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Gage Napier tonight, 0 for 1. He's walked, and he's popped out to the second baseman.
You take a walk here if you can get it. Could have got it.
And there is a swing and a miss, and that is the inning. We're through 5 full. It is 8-2, though. The Cougars are rolling. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
Had some whip on it.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where it is 8-2. Cougars on top. Gage Napier in for inning number 6 of work, and Sam Gormley and Zach Newton with you here tonight. And Zach, I don't think Gage Napier sees anything better right now than some padding. That's a beautiful thing. He no longer, I mean, you still want to be tight as a pitcher, but now, you know, you've got a little room to work.
Yeah, wiggle room is valuable.
Clay Vincent will lead off. First pitch swing. It's a fly ball, left center field. Long run. Van Meter diving, not going to get it. Brothers is slow to get up. Van Meter is going to get there, and let's hope Camden Brothers is okay. As He is just a little bit slow to get up as Van Meter and Brothers ran into one another, and appears that Camden Brothers is okay out in center field.
Well, I don't know how soft the sod is. They both kind of, I think they avoided colliding, but I think Brothers went high and may have come down a little harder, but hopefully fine out there in center. But a good hit.
Garrett Phelps now into hit. He's 0 for 2, grounded out to second, grounded out to short, and he pops that one off out of play. It's been a really good game, though, tonight here at Don Leitchfield. Grayson County just expanded it, but since that point, I mean, it was a pitcher's duel up until the Cougars got the bats rolling, and it's been the thing for Grayson County. They've lost 6 in a row coming into tonight's game, but the bats have not been the issue during that stretch, as the pitch is a ground ball right back to Napier. He snags it. What a play. He'll throw on to first to get the first out. Drake will throw on to third and not have a chance to get Vincent. And that was a nice little snag by Napier going down to the hip to grab it.
I think he surprised himself that he caught it. He looked like he hesitated for a moment to throw it over. And part of him, I think, was checking the runner at third, or checking the runner going into third. But he paused for a moment before he threw it to first, as if he was kind of surprised he got glove on it.
Will Embry will now hit. He's 0 for 2. The pitcher grounded out to third and flew out to right field. In his 2 at-bats tonight, first pitch is high for ball 1. For Gage Napier, that was pitch number 63 in tonight's contest. As through that 6-game losing streak, though, Grayson County has not, the offense hasn't always been the issue. Is the pitching has been the struggle, as that's popped off right side. Sawyer Drake is going to charge in and make the snag. No, he misread it. At the last second, that ball kind of went back a little bit, and he falls down on his backside. Gage Napier there to help him up, and that'll be a foul ball, and that's a tough break for Grayson. Hopefully that one doesn't come back to bite you.
Yeah, Embry gets a second wind here. And Sawyer Drake, he of the Sports Center top 10, not able to snag that one. And that vertical pop-up is tough because that ball will rotate on you at the last second.
It does, and moving forward and then going back, it's a tough play, especially when that dugout, you never really know where that is, and that's a brick wall down there, and that's not something you necessarily want to run into. So here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss. He blows that one right past Will Embry.
He's trying to kill that one.
Will Embry was looking to try and have the lead here. It's 8-2. Or I guess not necessarily have it, but math is hard sometimes.
That's why we talk. We're not numbers guys.
Exactly. That pitch is outside. Nice diving stop by the catcher, McCready. That'll even up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tonight's broadcast is presented by NCTC, powered by Warren RECC. Find out more by going to fiberforgrayson.com. One down here in the top of the 6th inning. Grayson County on top 8-2. Pitch is outside. This one does get past McCready, and it smacks off that backstop. Vincent thought about it at first. Probably smartly just held up.
Well, we talked about how the shape of this field and the way the press box sits in the pregame. And it's kind of advantageous that the wall is banked in such a way that wild pitch comes straight back to the catcher.
The 3-2 swing and a miss. He's down on strikes.
Ooh.
For the second out of the inning. Jordan McCready will now come in to hit. He flew out to center and popped out in foul territory in his 2 at-bats. It's a really good pitch by Gage Napier.
Yeah, got him to chase one. Looked like he was a little late on it. Napier just blew it by him.
McCready, one of only 2 seniors on the Butler County team. He'll try to toe in to try and get a run back. Pitch is high and outside for ball 1.
Thought the big man might chase one, but
it's a good pitch, though, by Napier.
Yeah,
Make him reach out there. I'm a lefty. I'd have chased that one every day of the week that ends in Y. And he swings second pitch and lines it into left center field for a base hit. Brothers gets over to grab it, and it's 8-3.
Peppered that one into the outfield.
It is 8-3, Grayson County here in the top of the 6th inning. 2 down, Leighton Phelps in to hit. And he is 0 for 2.
I thought that might have been in there. He checked his swing, Sam, but no appeal to first base. Looks like he's in there.
1 ball and no strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. He's down on strike, or that's the first strike of the at-bat, rather, to Leighton Phelps.
Did you get a little ahead of yourself there, bud?
I did, just a little bit. Sometimes it happens.
Just
There's a lot
a
going
bit
on
ahead.
happening here. As there's a line drive over the glove of Haycraft at short. Brothers corrals it in center field, and as McCready trucked Michael Wood, who was covering at second base, and that's probably the last guy in the diamond you want to get run over by.
Well, that's like lakefront property. Real estate out there is limited, and McCready he's a big boy, and they're gonna looks like pull him for.
Looks like we are gonna. Not sure if this will be a pinch runner or technically, I like to even refer it as a courtesy runner, even though it's not a courtesy runner because you could re-enter a player in, so it's not really a courtesy runner, as I didn't see who that is. Zach, you might be able to, as it might be Braden Clark, number 19, down there at second base.
That would check out Parker Penley, and 18's already in the game, so it stands to reason that could be 19, could be 16, could be Alex Elmore.
We'll find out. Maybe he'll be able to turn around and give us a look at his numbers. The numbers are not too clear on the front side of the Butler County uniforms, and the first pitch is a ball, and trotting out there to talk with his 8th grade pitcher is going to be Chandler McCready.
Yeah, well, good job by McCready to slow down the at-bat here. Napier's missed on a couple pitches. You got to take some time here, get the young man refocused. You know, you're a senior behind the plate. You got an 8th grader on the mound. It's really important to calm him down here. You can get out of this situation pretty easily. He's just got to hit his spots.
Pickoff move in the head of the tag is Clark, or is well, he just turned around and I didn't take the time to look. I was too busy looking to see if he was safe or not. But I think that is 19 down there. That's what we're going to go with, Zach.
That's fine with me. I do love the Butler County jersey, though.
It's good. It's good. The pitch, high, 4-2. So you got the top of the 6th inning, and it's one of these situations you got to wonder if the 8th grader, Gage Napier's starting to tire just a little bit. I mean, that was pitch number 75. He just pitched on Thursday as well against Breckenridge County. That's inside, nearly hits Hudson. The catcher, who is 2 for 2 in tonight's game, he was hit by pitch to start and has doubled to left and doubled to right. Nearly hit a home run in his last at-bat, and that is not what you want here. Pitch high, and that's a 4-pitch walk. And Jody Nutt is going to call time, and that might be it for the 8th grader Gage Napier.
Pretty good outing.
Let's see. He's going to make his way up, and he's going to talk, and let's see if it looks like it is going to be potentially a new pitcher into the game. That looks like it is. What an outing today for Gage Napier, as maybe he still hasn't taken the ball from the 8th grader, and that will be it. What an outing for Gage Napier. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is coming up, as this is Cougar Baseball right here on K105. Levi Rogers is the new pitcher for Grayson County. This will be his 11th game. He has an ERA of 8.4, 7 strikeouts, and 11.2 innings of work. This is a huge situation for a freshman to come in with the bases loaded, 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. 1 Bear has already crossed the plate. First pitch from Rogers is high for ball 1. Parker Penley is the new pitcher. He's 2 for 3, doubled to left, flew out to right, and singled to center. Sam Gormley and Zach Newton here with you on the call this evening from Don Leitchfield. Pitch high, McCready thought about throwing down to third, and it's one of these situations where it's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to throw down. Just right now, the only person that matters is Parker Penley. He's the batter. That's what Levi Rogers needs to have his mindset set on. The 2-0. There's a called strike. Good comeback pitch there to try and get back into the at-bat.
First two pitches were high, Sam. Probably a lot of adrenaline running through this man's veins. Tough to control that pitch. You want to get down in the zone a little bit, and he does so there for strike one.
Pitch extends on that one and fouls it off, and the count will go even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 6th inning, the bases are loaded for the Bears of Butler County. Parker Penley going up against the freshman Levi Rogers. Huge pitch in this game. After Grayson County scored 5 in the last inning. The pitch, high, and the count will go full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
See, I'd be trying to throw something. High in the zone, I get. You want him to ground out, force it any base with the bases full. But, Sam, I think I'm trying to get him maybe to chase something there.
Here comes the 3-2. The runners are off. It's popped off right side out of play, and we'll do it one more time. This is such a big pitch, Zach, because the last thing you want is Parker Penley to put one in the gap, and just like that, it's 8-6.
Yeah, he can do some damage here if he gets a hold of one. And Embry's throwing pretty hard for a freshman. It's been a lot of fastball, so placement going to be very important.
The pitch from Rogers is inside. It hits him, and it is a 8-4 ball game.
Well, walking in a run, not the best thing, but also maybe not the worst grand scheme of things. But it's going to be very important that Embry kind of calm down. He's got to breathe.
Justin Caslin into hit. He's 2 for 3. He singled to short, singled to left, and grounded out to the right fielder. He had that weird hit that smacked off of the umpire, Andy Thomason, to reach base in his last at-bat. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. And it might be one of those things, probably if you're Grayson County, you're hoping that he made a deal with the baseball gods to get that last hit, smacking off the umpire, and maybe it'll come back and help out the Cougars in this situation.
Yeah, Rogers on the mound, and called him Embry just a second ago. That was a good pitch.
Here comes the 0-1. Flied off right side. Sawyer Drake's going to go over into foul territory, and he can't get there. It bounces into the Grayson County batting cages, and shows you how big of a pitch it was when both the second baseman Wood, the right fielder Snyder, and the first baseman Drake all went after that, as it was a close play, and you got to love the hustle if you're Jody Nutt.
Yeah, your kids are clearly invested, and if you're the Grayson County staff, you got to feel good about that. But what you really need, you got an 0-2 count here. I think you throw something low in the dirt, try to get him to chase.
The pitch is a ground ball up the middle, and it's a diving after it is Wood. He's not going to get there. They're going to wave around the second run. It's a firing in by Brothers. He's not going to get there, and Butler County has brought this to be within 2 at 8-6.
Well, devastating ground ball there. Gets back up the middle across the mound and splits the uprights of the shortstop and second baseman. And a couple runs come in, and now if you're Grayson County, you saw this against North Hardin in your last game where you're up 11-0 and then wind up losing 12-11. You're in danger here of giving this one back after you put up 5 runs in the 5th. You've got him up 4 so far in the 6th.
The pitch fouled off out to the right side out of play. Jake McKee, he's 0 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice, flew out to center and grounded out to the second baseman. And this might be almost one of these situations, too, where if I'm Jody Nutt, I'd almost have walked out there, pulled every player in, and said, listen, we're not going to let this happen again. The pitch, low, and the count will go back to 1 ball and 1 strike. Because I'm sure, Zach, you just touched on it. They just blew an 11-0 lead in their last game. There is no chance that is not in the back of their mind. Against Edmonson County, just about a week and a half ago, you lose 21-17, and they blew leads in that game as well. Pitch is outside, diving after it is Chandler McCready to stop that. Breckenridge County, not necessarily the same thing, but they were up 4-2 in that game heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. And you know what? I got to stop my story here. Is shout out to Chase Blaine. Did you see that speed, Zach?
Yeah, deceptive speed out of
just
that
like it was like a blur. It's why I barely even noticed it.
It's like a sneeze.
Here comes the 2-1. Pitch inside, and the count will go to 3 balls and 1 strike. But this has happened this season. You can't let that – I mean, it's impossible to not have it in the back of your mind But you just got to make a pitch and trust your stuff here. You can tell Jody Nutt in that first base dugout, he's having flashbacks at this moment. The 3-1 is inside. No, it's a called strike on the inside corner. Rogers gets a little bit of a gift there. You've got the runner Penley on second base. Caslin stands on first. 8-6. The Bears have already had 4 runners cross the plate. The batter is Jake McKee, the junior. He hits 176 coming into tonight's game. Huge pitch coming here from the freshman Levi Rogers. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runners will be off on the pitch. Here it comes, and it's fouled off, and we'll do it one more time.
Well, Sam, you built a lot of suspense there for absolutely nothing. I appreciate that.
You know what? That's what my job is.
Well, you're not wrong. It was I was feeling it was tingling.
You could cut the tension with a knife, right?
It's like a knife through hot butter.
Exactly. Thank you for finishing my reference. The 3-ball, 2-strike pitch one more time here with 2 down in the inning. The runners are off, and it's a blooper to the right side. Snyder's got it read, and that is the inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. The Bears, though, cross 4, and it is 8-6 ball game. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Grayson County allows 4 runs in the top of the 6th inning. They'll turn to Jaron Van Meter to try and get some of them back against Will Embry. You got 1, 2, 3 in the order, and the first pitch from Embry is a called strike at the knees. Sam Gormley and Zach Newton with you on the call here in tonight's game, and what has turned out to be a really nice night for some baseball here. The 0-1 to Van Meter, a little breaking ball that just misses low. Some nice movement on that pitch, Zach.
Yeah, tried to the bottom fell out on it. It's the real problem. You got to start that action a little bit higher, aim it up a little higher in the zone, and then get the batter to chase it out.
The 1-1 inside nearly hits Van Meter, but just misses him. Will Embry came in relief of Vincent, the starter for Butler County. Through 1 inning, gave up 2 earned runs. And there's a ground ball or a line drive right to the shortstop, Vincent. He goes over to his left to make the first out of the inning.
Yeah, nice play by the shortstop. Gets a good read on it. Was a line drive, but not exactly covered in pepper.
No, it was a slow liner. But sometimes it doesn't really matter how fast you hit it. Sometimes it finds the hole. Sometimes those balls, well, and there was the little break too. The other one had too much break. That one didn't have enough.
They started that one too high.
Now you got to find the soft spot. It's Camden Brothers. He's 1 for 2, singled to left and flew out the left.
Got to get the cream in the Oreos.
Pitch is high for ball 2 as we do a final score to bring you right now. And it's good news. The Lady Cougars have picked up a win tonight, 7-4 against Ohio County. That is their 3rd straight win.
Brothers trying to crush that one, just a bit outside, unable to get contact on it.
2 balls, 1 strike to Camden Brothers. Be interesting to see if Grayson County might go to a closer in a situation here. There's a bending pitch. That was a really good pitch there from the junior Will Embry. And fooled Brothers.
Kind of front-doored that one in on Brothers.
The break-even, outside good eye by Brothers. You could tell he wanted to go for that one, but held up at the last second. And the count goes full here at 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down here at the bottom of the 6th inning, 8-6. Grayson County on top of Butler County. Cougars have led the distance in this one. And there is a pop-up in the infield. Vincent, the shortstop, will call off Castlin, and that is the second out of the inning.
Well, Vincent doing the heavy lifting so far. He's got two putouts here in the bottom of the sixth, and if Butler County can keep this one close, they're going to put a lot of pressure on Grayson County.
Eli Watson now in to hit. He's 1 for 3. He doubled in the first inning. And he's also flew out to deep left field. He's put some good swings on the ball here in this game. That first pitch was a ball to Watson.
Breaking pitch just missed a little high.
That's ripped, and it's a backhanded by the first baseman, McCready. He'll run, and he'll grab it, and that is the inning. We head to the 7th. It is Grayson County 8, Butler County 6. This is Cougar Baseball right here on K105. Levi Rogers will try to shut the door for Grayson County and keep the Cougars' hopes of being the number 1 seed in the district tournament alive. Again, Grayson County has to win tonight's game to keep their hopes alive of being the number 1 seed. As the first pitch here is a bending breaking ball, called strike. Nice pitch there by Levi Rogers. Clay Vincent is the hitter. Grayson County has to win tonight and tomorrow, and there will be a 3-way tie for first in the district if they can do that. But right now, the only game that matters is the one that's in front of them. Pitch is low to Vincent to move the count here to 1 ball and 1 strike. The Bears come into this game, have won 3 straight, 6 of their last 8 after starting the year 0-4. They clinched the number 1 seed with a win. Pitch is low, and Vincent's gotten back ahead of the count here, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, the unfortunate reality here, if you're Levi Rogers, is you're going to have to throw.
Pitch is low, and 3 balls and 1 strike, and you can tell there's just a little bit of I'm not even sure the word in that Grayson County dugout.
Concern. You're going to have to throw strikes is what I was going to say before the pitch came in. You're going to have to throw hittable balls. You got to trust your defense behind you.
The 3-1 is a called strike at the knees. Rogers gets back here.
Whew.
3 balls, 2 strikes. It's been consistent. That pitch has been consistently a strike at the knees pretty much for the most. Really, it's more of probably the shin. It's been consistent. The 3-2 pitch is over the head. It doesn't matter if it was going to hit Vincent or not. He's on base. And now here comes the tying run to the plate with nobody out in the top of the 7th inning, Garrett Phelps. He is 0 for 3. Grounded out to short, grounded out to second, grounded out to the pitcher here in tonight's game. Vincent is the runner at first base. Looks like Jack Logston might be getting up and loose in the bullpen for Grayson County. And the first pitch is a ball from Levi Rogers. Logston has appeared in 3 games for Grayson County. The 7th grader, and Chandler McCready going to walk out and talk with his freshman. And this is a tough scenario here for Jody Nutt too. What do you do?
Yeah, it's a real predicament to be sure, Sam. You've got a young pitching staff, and this is a pressure situation.
And this is a huge game for this Grayson County team. Pitch is a called strike at the knees, and that'll make the count here go to 1 ball and 1 strike. Let's put it this way. Take out Butler County. Let's just take out the obvious of it being a district game. Your team's lost 6 straight. You need a win. District tournament's next week. We've got another game against Butler County team on Tuesday and a really tough game on Thursday against Breckenridge County. Pickoff move in safely as Vincent down there at first base. But, I mean, that's the thing. You have got to just find a way to win. You can't go into the district tournament losers of 9 straight.
No, that's a weight that would be almost impossible to overcome.
The pitch is a slow ground ball. Wood's going to get there. He'll throw on to first for the first out of the inning. And you get one. And really, Zach, that's an important out.
Yeah, obviously you'd like the twin kill there to get the double play, but just not able to get to it in time to make the play at second. Now you got a runner in scoring position, 1 out. You got to hope this one isn't a solid hit to the outfield.
Will Embry into hit. He's grounded out to third, flew out to right, and struck out swinging. In his 3 at-bats today, Embry is the tying run. Honestly, right now, if you're Levi Rogers, as the pitch is popped up and out of play. And this is always tough to say to a pitcher. Vincent means absolutely nothing down at second base. If he scores, congratulations. He's the 7th run. He means nothing. Right now, you need to worry about the batter, Will Embry, because he means something. He scores, and it's a tie game. I think that's kind of one of these things here in this situation. There's the pitch, and they're going to say he went.
That's close.
No balls and 2 strikes, and it's tough there with the field umpire standing in between the pitcher's mound and second base. He obviously has no angle on it. The only person that potentially does is the home plate umpire. The 0-2 pitch from Levi Rogers. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes, and the Bears are down to their final out. And it will be Jordan McCready. In his last at-bat, he ripped one back up the middle for a base hit.
Well, absolute onions from Levi Rogers right there.
Top of the 7th inning. It is 8-6. Grayson County on top of Butler County. The Bears scored 4 in the 6th. They have a runner on second base in Clay Vincent. Levi Rogers trying to shut the door. And the first pitch is a ball. And this is the biggest thing here is McCready's the 8-hole hitter. And you got the 9-hole hitter Phelps in the on-deck circle. You do not want to give Colton Hudson a chance in the hole right now. He is the best bat in this Butler County team as that pitch misses outside for ball 2.
Got to rein in here. You're gonna have to throw one. You're gonna have to throw one across the plate here, Sam. You're gonna have to hit the zone at the very least. I don't know if McCready or if the big man's gonna swing at it, McCready, but
pitch high for ball 3.
Can't do that. Now he knows it's coming.
And you got to wonder, I mean, I don't think you green light your guy in this situation, 3-0.
Oh, he's not
2
swinging.
down.
Unless it's
I don't think so,
cheese.
too. I think you're going to get cheese here in this situation, and it's high,
It's
and that's
high.
a 4-pitch walk. And what does Jody not do here? Is he going to leave Levi Rogers on? Runners on first and second here in the top of the 7th inning. He's talking with his coaching staff, Buddy Hobby, and his official statistician, Chase Blaine, and looks like he's going to trust his freshman to go up against Leighton Phelps. The pitch here to Phelps is a cold strike on the outside corner. Phelps 1 for 3 in tonight's game. He singled to center in his last at-bat. He struck out and he's popped out in foul territory. McCready is the tying run at first base. Pitch low.
Well, the only benefit about having McCready be the tying run is he's the first baseman. He's not exactly going to burn up the base paths. You don't have to worry about double steals.
Probably runs like both of us up here.
Well, I mean, better than you probably.
Right.
Called strike.
Called strike at the knees, and the count here goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes from Levi Rogers. Can he shut the door against Leighton Phelps and put the Cougars to snap their losing streak? The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Cougars win. Final score 8-6. Levi Rogers shuts the door, and Grayson County picks up the win tonight by that final count of 8-6. That's how you get it done. What an ending to this game. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break and wrap it up after this, as this is Cougar Baseball on K105. Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Cougars defeat Butler County tonight by a final score of 8-6. Sam Gormley and Zach Newton with you here on the call. And Zach, that's a heck of a ball game and a heck of a win if you're Grayson County tonight.
Well, clearly, Sam, I'm the good luck charm. They lost 6 straight. You bring me in, and here we go getting a W at Don Leitchfield.
You know, I'll go talk to Coach Nutt after the game and see if he can give you the credit for that win, because I'm not entirely sure whether he'd give it to you or not. But you know what? If it meant Grayson County winning, I'm sure he'd make sure you're here at every game.
Well, you know, baseball players are awfully superstitious.
They
Managers too, so.
They are. And I'm not sure. He might be just a little stitious. I'm not sure if he's superstitious.
He's probably superstitious.
I'm not really sure. I know, baseball, but you do have some baseball people who are very adamant about them not being superstitious, even though that they probably are deep down. Grayson County, though, picks up the big win tonight against Butler County. I mean, Zach, now this opens up the opportunity tomorrow. You win that game, and you could get the number 1 seat, because it'll have a 3-way tie up top of the district at 4-2, and you get into that good old draw, and you never know what could happen.
Well, that's a sticky wicket to find yourself in, though, Sam. You get in a 3-team draw, and you get the 1 seed. You get Whitesville Trinity, which could be good or bad depending on their track record in district
you
tournament
look, Grayson
games.
County has played Whitesville Trinity twice this season. At Whitesville, they won 17-0. Here, they won 9-8, but they had to come back from 4 down in that game, and they won on a walk-off wild pitch. So
it's a high school baseball
game-ending
play.
It is.
Walk-off
It
wild
was.
pitch.
It was one of the more exciting plays that we've had on K105 Digital Productions. I mean, to walk off a district game. I mean, it's not like
it's a big play.
It's
Don't
not
get me wrong.
Not like this season we've had, a buzzer beater to win a district championship or anything. It was very exciting this year.
You had a kid on Sports Center. You hit a
We
buzzer
did.
beater to win a district championship. Everything's coming up Cougs.
It's been.
It seems this season.
The sky is even turning a little orange out there right now. If I look out that way, it's a little orange.
It's more pink to me, but I'll give you the benefit
You know
of the
what?
doubt.
If
you did tell me.
Look up to the top of the sky. It's a little bit orange tonight. We're going to say it's Grayson County orange.
You told me you were partially colorblind.
I am
earlier.
just a little bit. It's okay. But Zach, I appreciate you taking the time to join us tonight, making your maiden voyage of K105 Sports, and who knows, maybe you'll be back at some point.
Well, it's weird to go from I normally sit in the play-by-play chair in E-Town doing basketball and football games. We don't do baseball just because there's so much with 5 high schools in the county. It's just hard to keep up with, and the games start so close to the end of the workday. Down here I get the hour. I was able to leave. I stopped at home, ate some chicken, came down here. I'm still hoping for that hot dog. You told me there was a free hot dog. And,
well, that's because usually the hot dog comes from one Chris Drake, who I've not seen here tonight.
Unacceptable.
He's here. Okay, he's here somewhere, but I am a little disappointed, though.
Call into the bullpen. Give me that free hot dog.
We'll work on that. I appreciate you taking the time, though, and
it's no trouble.
Maybe we'll get you back here at some point. Maybe not this season, but, at some point.
Well,
Season's coming short.
Yeah, there's not a lot of baseball left, unfortunately.
There's not. There's a reason why we had you so late, so that we couldn't have you back. So it's just like that nice way of saying maybe you can come back, but really we just realized it's the end of the year, so we open up.
You had to go to the bullpen. You had to get the wily veteran out of the bullpen is what you had to do.
Is
Ran
that how they describe you?
out of arm talent.
That's Zach Newton. We're going to come back and run down the stats from tonight's game after this. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose Twin Lakes Creamery and Grill in Leitchfield. I know it sounds odd that a creamery would have the best burger in town, but try it and you'll see. Then ask for the famous Crazy Cone or a hand scoop shake, float, or coffee. Did I mention Twin Lakes Creamery is famous for the delicious homemade ice cream? A wide variety and fresh to order. Great for parties, events, or victory celebrations at 400 North Main, or order online at twinlakescreamery.com.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Cougars have defeated Butler County tonight by a final score of 8-6. Winning pitcher is Gage Napier, 5 2/3 of an innings, 9 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, 3 walks, and 1 walk. That line is a little misleading. He pitched much better than that. Clay Vincent struggled with a loss for Butler County, 4 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, 2 earned, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks. For Grayson County, the RBIs, Michael Wood finishes with 3, Chandler McCready with a pair, Eli Watson and Ethan Snyder each round out with 1. For Butler County RBIs, Justin Caslin with 3, Parker Penley with 2, Jordan McCready with 1. Grayson County only has 2 more regular seasons left on the schedule. On Tuesday, they will travel to Butler County. That's tomorrow. Remember that game scheduled, if you look at the schedule, says 5:30. They're going to play the JV game prior to, so the start to the varsity game probably will not be until closer to about 6:30, maybe even 7 o'clock there from the Morgantown area. If the Cougars win that game, they will tie for the number 1 seed in the district, and it'll turn into the good old draw. If they lose, they'll be the number 3 seed and will face Edmonson County next week in Brownsville for the 12th district tournament. Coming up on Thursday, we invite you to join us as the Grayson County Lady Cougar softball team hosts a home doubleheader against Warren Central. It'll be our final home game of the 2021-22 season, as we'll be excited to wrap it up at the Lady Cougar softball field. That game will begin at 5:30 on K105 Digital Productions. That'll wrap up our coverage tonight. I want to thank the K105 Digital Productions crew for their hard work. Your director was Cole Snyder, and your camera operator was Cody Brock. So for my partner, Zach Newton, on a night where Grayson County picks up an 8-6 win against Butler County, this is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.